Hi everybody, welcome. My name is Neet and I will be your clinical SAS trainer with GuruSchools. So first of all, going into the inside of clinical SAS training, let us see what GuruSchools is offering. So coming to GuruSchools, GuruSchools is offering a 6-pillar program for the clinical SAS training, where the first one is instructor-led training, where a professional trainer will lead the training and provide knowledge and insight with clinical SAS training. So after the training, where the student is assessed depending upon the mock test and mock interviews, the certification will be provided to the student, and after the certification will help you prepare the resume depending upon skills you've developed in SAS training and clinical SAS, and will help you with the vendor interview, which is the 4th pillar. Get through the interview, get a job, and with the client interview will help you with the client interview also, which is the 5th pillar, and help you with the questions, how to answer the questions, how to attend the interview, and after you get the job will help you for 6 months with the project support and online project support. So this is the 6-pillar program offered by GuruSchools, where you can learn programs and gain a good 6-figure salary within 3 months. So coming into the SAS, when you will learn SAS, we'll teach you the basic SAS Programming Essentials and preparing data within SAS Programming, SQL, which is structured query language used in SAS, controlling data in SAS Programming, and creating formats, proc formats, to transform the data captured in the database, and summarizing the data, how to use macros language in SAS, which is an automation language, and then restructuring the tables depending upon the specifications provided by the clientele. And then we work on the macro programs to restructure or redefine the tables, manage the tables, and manipulate the tables and the data. And after that, we have DBMS, how to connect to the database management structure, and Access, SAS Access, how to use SAS Access to connect to the DBMS and RDBMS. And after the training, SAS training, we'll see the introduction of the SAS and what is SAS and what does SAS provide, and what are all the fields which use SAS programming for their data analysis and provide insight within the data. So SAS is Statistical Analysis System, which is used in different sectors for financial intelligence, governance, human capital intelligence, on-demand solutions, risk management, predictive analysis, risk compliance, high performance computing, business intelligence. To provide all these services, we use SAS software and analytics. And then there are sectors like automotive, communication, education, banking or financial services, governments, health insurances, healthcare providers, hospitality, insurance, life sciences, manufacturing, media, oil and gas, retail, hotels and utility services companies use SAS to provide insight within the data. So let us assume education sector, where there are numerous amounts of institutions, universities around the globe which use SAS to analyze all the data related to the selection of the courses by the students and their performances in the courses and the grades in the courses, and all the data is been analyzed and the study report is provided so that all the education institutions can capture the students' attention by providing all these reports, and they can improve the quality of education depending upon the reports provided. In the same way, coming to banking and financial services, there is a large amount of data when you take a single bank or single account, depending because there is a lot of transactions happening every day within each sector of banks. So all the data will be analyzed using SAS programming and reports will be provided for predictive analysis and business intelligence. And as it is a banking sector, we call it financial intelligence. So while using SAS and SAS tools and analytics within SAS, we provide predictive analysis, risk management for the banking sectors. In the same way, there is health sector, insurance, and the same way there is oil and gas, retail, hotels, where a large numerous amount of data will be generated every day. For example, if we take oil and gas, so the price of oil and gas is fluctuated every day. So depending upon the demand and supply, SAS provides insight on the data upon the prices of oil and gas. In the same way, the retail sector, depending upon the customers' interest on products and the buying habits of the customers of the products, will be generated every day. All these reports will be feeded into the database, where SAS programmers deal with the data and provide insights like generating reports, generating tables, generating graphs depending upon the data, and help these retail sectors or retail businesses to make decisions so that they could gain more profits. So by using SAS, we deal with all the data in different fields and different sectors and provide them with feedback on how the data is fluctuating every day, every hour, and provide insight on the data. In the same way, we use SAS in clinical field. So in these sectors, there are a lot of roles for a SAS programmer in different fields. There is database administrator, where a SAS programmer works on the databases, dealing with the data and administrating the database within the SAS programs. And there is ETL specialist, which is extraction, transformation and loading of data, and developer who develops programs within SAS. There is business analyst, who analyzes all the data and provides insight to improve the businesses for more profits. There is financial analyst with SAS programmer, where he provides predictive analysis and risk management reports to the financial institutions depending upon the data acquired by them. and marketing analyst who deals with all the retail market data and provide insight to make better profits, larger profits by the retail markets. In the same way, there is statistical programmer, statistician who works on the data and provide statistical analysis on the data by providing reports, graphs and tables. In the same way, there is clinical data programmer where all the clinical data is being managed, transformed and loaded back to the database, clinical databases by a SAS programmer, and report programmer who generates reports by analyzing all the data is a report programmer. So these are all the roles you can work on after learning SAS and getting skilled with SAS programming. So within all the sectors like automotive, communications, education, banking, government, health insurance, healthcare providers, hospitality and management, insurance, life sciences, manufacturing, media, oil and gas, retail, hotels and utilities, all these roles are available. So you can work on any of the role within these sectors, in these fields, and provide depending upon the skill. So after SAS, we'll see what is the application of SAS in clinical trials. So in clinical trials, we'll see what is clinical trial and what is clinical trial data, role of SAS in clinical trial, and clinical SAS work process and clinical SAS framework. So what are clinical trials? First of all, clinical trial is a planned experiment or planned investigation which involves patients or subjects who are administered with a study protocol drug or study protocol treatment by physicians, doctors or specified investigators to study the drug or a new drug and on the safety and the efficacy of the drug. So within the clinical trials there are 4 phases: phase 1, phase 3, phase 2 and phase 4. So within the 4 phases there is phase 1 where a very small amount of subjects are selected, like a 10 or a 30 subjects are selected for the clinical trial and the safety of the drug is tested. In the phase 2, around 300 subjects are selected who already have a disease and the drug is tested on them. And the phase 3, there is a larger group of subjects involved, around 1000 to 3000 or maybe more depending upon the study, and the drug is tested for the efficacy and the safety. And after the phase 3, the drug is sent to the FDA for the approval, and if the drug gets the approval, then the phase 4 starts. The phase 4 is the marketing phase where the drug is released in the market and all the subjects are all the people who administer the drugs will become the subject and the drug safety and efficacy will be examined. And dealing with the clinical data, there is a large amount of data in a clinical research where every subject goes through every test before and after the administration of the drug. So there will be demographic data of the drug of the subject or the patient, and laboratory data of the patient or the subject, and the drug given to the subject, and the response of the drug, and the response of the subject on the drug. So all this data will be collected in the CRF forms, which is case report forms, and all this data is captured electronically or manually and entered into the database by the data entry team. So this data is captured and dealt with the SAS programmers in a SAS database or a clinical database, and statistical analysis reports are generated depending upon the specifications and depending upon the statistical analysis plan protocols. So graphs, tables, listings, figures are all generated, and a study report is prepared, and this study report is submitted to the FDA. So this is the role of SAS programmer in a clinical research: writing programs to generate graphs, reports, tables, listings, and transform the raw data into the specification framework. So then there is clinical SAS framework, which we call as CDISC, Clinical Data Interchange Standards Consortium, where this CDISC is a global platform, which is an independent platform, non-profit organization, which consists of volunteers across the globe who are the investigators in the clinical team, clinical trial, who are the physicians performing administration of drug in a clinical trial, and doctors participating in a clinical trial. So all these investigators, physicians, doctors sit and discuss on what standards should the data be submitted to the FDA, so that everyone across the globe can understand the data. So these standards are SDTM, ADAM standards, which we deal with specifically. So this SDTM is study data tabulation model and analysis data model, which is ADAM. So study data tabulation model is all the raw data captured from the clinical study is been structured according to the guidelines and specifications provided in the SDTM model guidelines. And all this, after preparing the data sets according to the SDTM, these data sets are analyzed and ADAM data sets are prepared. These ADAM data sets are prepared only for the analysis of the data. So when we go deeper into the training, we'll know what is SDTM, we will know what is ADAM, why SDTM, why ADAM, and all the framework around the CDISC. So SAS generates programs to manage all the data provided by the clinical team. So this is a never-ending sector or never-ending field, the healthcare field, where there is a lot of requirement for the SAS programmers around the globe, because there is thousands clinical research studies going on. We have seen pandemic So there are more studies going on, new diseases, so there is lots of data generated every day depending upon each and every clinical research study. So all this clinical research study data is being captured in the database, and SAS programmer accesses the database and manipulates, transfers the data and submits the data to the FDA. So this is the role of a SAS programmer in the clinical field. Thank you.